What up, it's Big Cuz. Welcome to the channel. Back with another episode of our Who's That Pokemon Unite wishlist series, where I take Pokemon I want to see in the game and build out custom movesets and kits for them. We're doing one for each generation. We're on the 6th, as you probably saw because you clicked on the video. This one is going to be GOODRA, the slimy dragon chameleon looking thing from Generation 6. I think he's a really cool Pokemon. He, she, whatever you please. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's look at the stat page here. GOODRA we have as a support, a melee support. Very tanky. He's got high HP and special defense. And his support rating's high. Obviously, you'll see what I did here. Kind of gave him like some healing and crowd control effects. But let's get into the progression. For the progression, we have you start out as Goomy at level 1, then you turn into Sliggoo at 5, and GOODRA at level 8. I'm sick of these high level evolutions. It feels like it makes the character underwhelming. So let's just get rid of them. Level 8 GOODRA evolves. Let's get into the passive here. For the passive, we have Gooey. The user is covered in a layer of sticky ooze. Enemies who deal melee damage to GOODRA have their speed reduced, and GOODRA's melee attacks also cause a slow. So he's just sticky. People are sticking to him, slowing him down. Very supporty, you know, he's helping his team out. Everybody's slowed down. Then for the basic attack, kind of part of the passive too, I guess. Every 4th attack, GOODRA splatters ooze in the area around the target, healing nearby ally Pokemon. This splash heal can also be triggered by 2 of GOODRA's abilities, and heals for more when executed within one of GOODRA's ooze piles. So that's kind of a lot to take in before we hit the whole moveset, but I will explain as we go. Basically, it's like GOODRA melees, it splashes and heals, and it can also trigger with some of its abilities. But we'll see. Let's get into the actual kit here. So at level 1, you're going to have the option between Dragon Breath and Water Pulse, but we're just going to go over Dragon Breath and that tree here. The user sprays an oozing fiery breath that deals damage and slows enemies. So it's a ranged attack, spits out some goopy fire or something, hits them and slows them. And then at level 5, you can select one of the following 2 moves, Muddy Water or Dragon Pulse. Muddy Water covers the ground in gooey water in a chosen area, slowing and damaging enemies that stand within it. This move also heals ally Pokemon within it. And if GOODRA's Splash Heal is activated within Muddy Water's range, the user's damage and healing are increased. So what that means is if you get off a melee, an empowered melee that splash heals your teammate and it's within the area of effect of Muddy Water, that does extra damage and healing. So you want to cast your Muddy Water and then do damage to people in it, basically. And then Dragon Pulse, the user sends a pulse of mystic energy in a chosen area, dealing damage and immobilizing those inside the circle briefly. Allies within the pulse circle receive an attack boost, and the move upgrade is increased damage. So this is more of a pure crowd control effect, and it plays with one of the other moves, but both of the next 2 moves can kind of go with either Dragon Pulse or Muddy Water. But let's get into that here. Water Pulse is the other option you have. At level 1, the user summons a circle of water in a selected area, knocking opponents in the circle up for a short delay and dealing damage. If this move hits allies, it grants them a short heal over time effect. If you took Dragon Pulse and you had Water Pulse, you could, for 2 levels, have that double knockup, which might be pretty crazy. But yeah, it's only 2 levels, and then you get to choose between Power Whip and Aqua Tail at level 7. For Power Whip, think like a Blitzcrank Rocket Grab. The user flings a gooey tentacle in a designated direction. If it hits an enemy Pokemon, it pulls that Pokemon back to where the user casted it from. It can only hit one target, and when the target reaches GOODRA, it triggers a Splash Heal. So basically, you Blitzcrank grab them, fling them back in, and they splatter your healing goop all over your teammates. Sounded weird, but whatever. And then the move upgrade is landing a Power Whip also grants a shield on the user and a nearby ally. So just some more support for your team. Heal them, shield them, and pull the guy in. other option is Aqua Tail. It's a dash. The user sends his stretchy tail in a designated direction. If it hits an enemy, it deals damage and flings that Pokemon behind the user. When the enemy Pokemon lands, it basically triggers the splash heal. So he dashes forward, flings a guy behind him, and the guy lands and splash heals. So basically with both of these moves, you would want to, if you had Muddy Water, you put down Muddy Water and you Power Whip into it so your splash heal does more damage. And or you were chasing someone down, you have Aqua Tail, you put down Muddy Water, chase the guy, and then fling him backwards into the Muddy Water patch. And hopefully your teammates are there and you heal them and it does more damage. But that's what I'm thinking. But in general, these moves aren't going to do a ton of damage because they do heal. But I just thought it was a fun playstyle, kind of like a Zac meets Blitzcrank meets Singed. But let's get into the alt here. So the alt, we have Oozing Tantrum. The user gains a speed boost and begins to cry goopy tears, leaving a trail of ooze in the area behind. This ooze damages enemy Pokemon and significantly slows them, anyone standing in the trail. And it also heals friendly Pokemon. So you cast this and you just start covering as much of the map as you can. Maybe you're trying to block out the enemy from getting to Zapdos, or just like being a nuisance, basically. Cover the ground in this ooze, it slows them, it damages them, slam them into it, heal your teammates with your splash heal. And yeah, you're just like a big slimy dragon who is helping his teammates and hindering the opposing team. I think it's a good playstyle for Goodra. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see next. This was Gen 6. We're doing Gen 7 next. So leave it in the comments what you want to see. And we'll get that going soon. I'm going to keep going with the series after Gen 8, but I'm not going to focus on it too much, and I'm just going to do random Pokemon. It won't be any order. I'm going to focus some on Pokemon Arceus, maybe even some concepts for that. We'll see how that game goes when it comes out. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. See you next time. Peace.